Hey, welcome back. Hope everybody is having a great Friday. And thank you so much for joining me talking all things Masters of the Universe, all things Beast Man. Because today on the channel we're going to conclude all our look at every version of Beast Man that has come out so far from the Origins line, the CGI line, the MasterVerse line, Funko Pops, miniature figures, you name it. And thanks to Pixel Dan and Dark Horse Comics, we'll take a look at both versions of his 2000X look and both versions of his classic look, alright? So if you are new to my channel or first time watching, I hope you will subscribe afterwards. I hope everyone hits that like button, and thank you so much for doing that. Thank you so much. Hit that notification bell when you know I upload new videos, and please share this video who has a passion and a love for collecting all things Masters of the Universe. Without further ado, let's take a look at the rest of Beast Man in the collection, alright? Now, this first version of Beast Man, you can make the argument that this is not Beast Man, and I can totally agree with you in this crossover event. And the reason why I'm picking him as a Beast Man-esque figure, because I get those vibes. I get those Beast Man vibes when I see this figure. And it was part of the Masters of the WWE Universe. And who I'm talking about, right, is Braun Strowman right here. All right, and there he is. I don't know. I mean, you can make, like I said, you can make the argument that this is not Beast Man, but for me, I'm getting those Beast Man vibes when I look at this particular version or figure in this crossover event. All right. So let me know in the comments, in the comments, if you think, do you get that or not? Let me know. If I could totally see, both ways. This is not Beast Man. I get that, but I get, with the armor right here. There he is, right there. You see the armor. Big spikes around him, like I've seen with versions of Beast Man, especially his his Masterverse look, and I'll show you here that in a minute. But I don't know, I'm getting those Beast Man vibes between with this version of Braun Strowman, in this Masters of WWE Universe crossover event right there. So you got the Masters of WWE logo here, Braun Strowman, the ruthless monster among men. All right, so there he is in the packaging. All right. Looks pretty cool. Of course, he's standing in front on that gray skull ring. Right, now, unfortunately, he does not come with a whip, but what he does come with is Terror Claws. Right, like Terror Claws. So maybe it's a mashup between Terror Claw, Skeletor, and Beast Man in this particular crossover event with Braun Strowman. All right. But I think there's enough here, at least in my mind, and I feel like this is, their version of Beast Man in this particular crossover event. There he is, right there. All right. Now the next figure of the Beast Man Origins line is, of course, his Turtles of Grayskull version right here. And if you follow my channel for some time now, you know how I feel about this particular figure. I'm not a fan of this particular figure of Beast Man. I think this is a very lazy version of him. I don't think I'm gonna make him stand here, but basically what you have here, is Wave 1 Beast Man with some samurai armor, and yeah, I'm not a fan. I think they could have done something else, giving us something different, something unique with this version of Beast Man, instead of giving us a Wave 1 Beast Man with this samurai armor. And before we get any further and bashing this particular figure, which I want to love, all right, let's take a look at the box art, okay? So, of course, you have Skeletor and, Shredder right here. Turtles of Grayskull, Beast Man, the uncovered henchman, with those mutated rocks, those vintage red rocks we know and love. These are more mutated with the purple and green. There is old Beast Man right there. Comes with a shield and a beautiful, really cool shield and whip. I do like the whip and shield and the armor. Don't get me wrong, the armor is gorgeous. I just think the figure itself is very lazy. Now, one good thing about this, I guess, if you missed out on, getting yourself a Wave 1 Beast Man, you have right here your own version of Wave 1 Beast Man. The only thing is different between Wave 1, normal Wave 1 Beast Man, and this one is the gold amulet on his it's more vibrant, and you can really see the gold in this armor here in the Turtles of Grayskull version compared to his normal Wave 1 version of Beast Man. But you got the MasterVerse logo, Turtles of Grayskull. Turn on the hopefully I can turn this on without it flipping over. Let's see what that. But some gorgeous like artwork. Don't get me wrong, beautiful artwork there. Him taking on Moss Man, Skeletor right there. There's his removed Beast Man's helmet right there to show off standard Wave 1 Beast Man. And like I said, I don't want to get too much into it. I think they could have given us something different, something unique, a flocked version, or the red variant of this Beast Man. Something, something. Give me something else besides a Wave 1, version of him. All right, but let's take a little. There he is. Let me show you there's his whip right here. Looks pretty cool. It's it's flexible. All right, and of course here's his shield. But you can see the pegs right here that you can plug into any other. If you have a turtle or anybody else who has pegs in the back of them, I don't know. You might be able to plug it in, right there. But there's the shield right there. But there's the bird. There's good old samurai armored version of Beast Man. All right. Now moving on to my next Beast Man, and one of my absolute favorite versions of Beast Man. They absolutely nailed it. This was my favorite version of Beast Man, and overall figure of 2023. And of course I'm talking about is the cartoon collection version of him. What an amazing figure here. Awesome. I mean, like I said before, the Filmation cartoon collection line is absolutely nailing the look of these figures here. Straight out of Filmation in my mind, in my heart right here. This version of Beast Man is one of my top favorite figures in the cartoon collection. He looks absolutely amazing. I do have a loose version of him. I had to. I mean, what an awesome figure of Beast Man. Here's, see if I can get him standing up properly. Oh, hang on, guys. All right, everybody. I think I got him now. But what an incredible figure here. I love the look. He looks awesome. Here's his packaging right here on the right. You got the 80s logo. You got the He-Man, the Master Universe Filmation style, title. Beast Man, once again, the Savage Henchman. All right. Got the Filmation version of Grayskull. There he is. There's old Beast Man. Looks like great face sculpt right there. It looks amazing. The orange is perfect. I think the orange is absolutely amazing. The armor looks great. All right. His whip. Got the cartoon style collection logo. I mean, awesome. What an awesome figure. And one of my top, like I said, top figures in the Filmation line right here. So there he is. Awesome figure. Of course, there he is right there. All right. And that's it. Right now, that is the last version of Beast Man we've gotten so far in the Origins line. Now, if you don't see a Beast Man on this particular video, check out part 1 on the channel if you are new to my channel. And thank you for doing that. Alright. Now, before we get into the one and only CGI version of Beast Man, let's take a look at his 2000X looks. And there were 2 versions of him. It was a repaint of him. So here's his first variant. Right there. Came out in 2002. There he is. Looks absolutely amazing right there. Beast Man right there. And that's what I'm talking about. Like you see like the big like horns or or spikes around his armor right there. That's why when I look at Braun Strowman, I get those vibes that he's supposed to be like a Beast Man variant, in this world. In that particular crossover event. But there he is, side to side, front to back. But there was a different version of Beast Man. It came out 1 year later, and it was this variant right here, a repaint. It has more red to him, a more blood look to him. Came out in 2003. Right there. There's the packaging. Very similar packaging. The only thing is different is the repaint of a much redder, like a dark red version of Beast Man. Kind of like the Lords of Power look, in Origins. Different style armor, as you can see from his, from his normal variant right there. Alright. Alright, moving on to our next version of Beast Man. Of course, it's the one and only CGI version of Beast Man we got on the in the collection. Is right here, in this variant right here, a version of Beast Man. There he is, the packaging. Now, in this time frame, you know, this line was pretty much like ending, and so I believe Mattel was trying anything to get us collectors, you know, interested in this particular line, because a few of these figures were like this, you know, in the packaging, allowing us collectors to, you know, just try it out and see, you know, what you feel and think about it. Of course, this is more kid-friendly, you know, more for the kids. You know, I always say this is more for the next generation of collectors. In this particular in this multiverse of He-Man or MasterVerse or figures right here. And there's Beast Man right there. There's his look right there. Got the gray skull from the CGI line. There is. Comes with this really cool bone whip and looks like a shield. Beast Man. All right. You know, of course, this line also, you know, pays tribute to, you know, the vintage 80s line. There's not a lot of articulation in the, you know, you can't bend at the elbows, you can't bend at the legs. You can twist at the hands. You can do that if you wish. It does also mimic that 80s spring-loaded attack, you know, from the 80s line, because it does have that power attack feature with this particular line right here. It would be kind of cool if like the mugshot, or I would say mugshot, the glamour shot. We would call it mugshot, glamour shot, or you know the artwork right here of Beast Man with the mouth open, you know, growling. I think they should have been give that look to the figure itself. All right, back around, just the back of him right there, and there he is with his whip right there and shield. Alright. There you go. There's the CGI version of Beast Man in the collection. See if I can get his face off. Sorry about that. There we go. But cool figure. Really cool. And I do like that they went with the style of packaging, allowing us collectors, you know, if you did collect this line, you know, a chance to, you know, try them out, and, you know, see if you liked it or not. You know, cool armor. Alright. Now, the next version of Beast Man we got is one of two versions from the MasterVerse line. And it's this version right here. We got this variant or version of Beast Man from the Revelation show. And it's kind of funny in this Revelation, you know, some of the bad guys, you know, like Beast Man and Merman were shirtless. They made some shirtless bad guys for us collectors in the Revelation show. A much older version of Beast Man, you know, in this particular look right here. You have, of course, the 30 points of articulation. You have the MasterVerse logo. Old school packaging right here. And there's old Beast Man right there. In fact, not my favorite version of Beast Man in this particular MasterVerse line. The next Beast Man we're going to look at is one of my top, you know, favorite versions of Beast Man. I mean, they nailed Beast Man in the next mini deluxe version of Beast Man. But this version of Beast Man to me is okay. I mean, you know, and I do have a loose version of him. Now, what I did was, like I said, I'm not a big fan of this look of Beast Man here, and I know it must be a much older version of Beast Man in this particular time frame. You know, magic is pretty much destroyed, and they're living mostly on technology, you know, and so I didn't care for the look of, you know, of this version of Beast Man. So what I did was, and there he is right here in the pack, right here. So what I did was that second you know, mini Target deluxe version of Beast Man we got. It came with so many great items with him, including the armor. You know, you can transform him into you know, a standard version of Beast Man. So what I did was I took this armor right here. You know, and I put it on this particular Beast Man, and for me, it kind of it gets, you know, it improves, at least for me, you know, this version of Beast Man right here. But I mean, you know, he's cool. Don't get me wrong. I mean, you know, he's pretty cool. But you know, I've always preferred, you know, Beast Man with armor, and you know, and the whole shirtless version of him I was not a fan of that, including even that Merman version of that figure. But let me know in the comments below, you know, what did you think about this version of Beast Man in the MasterVerse line? All right, but there you go. So I can give you a nice shot of him right there. Also, with this particular brand of MasterVerse figures, you know, I just realized, you know, MasterVerse figures, you know, are known for soft, good, you know, fabrics, like capes and, you know, clothing. And it would be kind of cool, you know, they would have given us a nice soft, you know, fabric for his, you know, his loincloth right here. But he comes with that standard whip right there, and great face sculpt. Don't get me wrong, the face sculpt looks great. The beard looks okay. You know, I'm not a big fan of the beard. You know, it's, you know, one day it's cool, one day it's not so cool. But let me know, like I said, in the comments below, like your thoughts and feelings of this particular version of Beast Man in this particular line here, his first variant. All right. Now, before we get into the second variant of Beast Man and one of my favorite versions of him, let's take a look at his classics look right here. Once again, I want to thank Pixel Dan and Dark Horse Comics for this. All right. So there's like the 2000X line. There were two variants of Beast Man in the classics line, and probably more. But here's his first variant, or first version, came out in 2008. There he is. All right. And there's a little fun fact to it. I will pause that real fast so you can read that. Alright, there's a side to side. Back to back right there. Of course, there was another variant, and it was his Savage Blood red henchman look, giving you that more of that, you know, Lords of Power, you know, version of that pure red look of Beast Man right here. That looks awesome to me. That looks like amazing. Right there, Beast Man right there. This came out in 2016, so 8 years apart between this version of Beast Man. It came out 2008, right there. And then 8 years later, we got this version of Beast Man in the Classics line. Awesome. Now, if you are curious about this book, I use a lot on the channel here, which is absolutely amazing. I'm not being promoted, first of all. I'm not being promoted by Pixel Dan or Dark Horse Comics. It's just free of mouth, because this is an amazing book. And it's this book right here, and it's the toys of the Master of the Universe right here, which was created by, you know, Pixel Dan. You know, if you follow his channel, you know. But what a great great book, and it goes up to at least the Super 7 line of figures. It ends where, you know, when the Origins line starts. So hopefully Pixel Dan and Dark Horse Comics will, you know, create a second book with Origins figures, you know, CGI, MasterVerse, Turtles of Grayskull, you know, Master of the WWE Universe. So I really hope that they do that. But once again, it's a great book. Like I said, I'm not being sponsored. But, you know, if you are curious about this book right here, check it out. You can find it at Big Bad Toy Store, you know, Amazon, probably Entertainment Earth, you name it. Barnes & Noble, probably. But there you go. All right. Now, the next version of Beast Man we're going to look at, and one of my absolute favorite versions of Beast Man here, I mean, they nailed this version of Beast Man, is his new Eternia look right here. This beast right here is absolutely amazing. Let's see if we can get the camera a little bit better here. Right there, and I got him in the packaging right here. One of my absolute favorite versions of Beast Man. They absolutely nailed the look of this version of Beast Man, and here is the packaging. The old school version right here, the mini deluxe version. You got 30-point articulation, MasterVerse. There's old Beast Man right there. As it looks in the packaging. New Eternia. Comes with that. There's that armor right there. Oops. 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 It fell. Oops. Give me 1 second, everybody. My apologies. Alright, my apologies once again, everybody. But what an amazing, amazing version of Beast Man here. And let's continue with the box art real fast. Of course, you got the new Eternia, Beast Man. You got a nice glamour shot right there of Beast Man right there. There is, you know, I love the look. I love the similar, like the headdress, I mean everything. I mean amazing version. You got a female version of Beast Woman here, I guess. You know, he looks like a true leader. Like, and it says tribal leader. I like that. Like a true badass in my mind right here. And of course the cross shell, the figures. This was a Target exclusive. All right. And for the first time, you don't have henchmen. You have a leader. I like that. And there he is there he is out of the packaging. Looks absolutely incredible. Soft, good, armor. You got the removable, head, helmet right here of the giant boar's head, or this giant beast. He slayed right there. Big old giant mallet right here, or almost like a tree branch with teeth all around it. I mean, gorgeous armor. I mean, you name it. They did an amazing job of this version of Beast Man, and one of my absolute favorites. It brings me to the question too, and I might do a deep dive on this. We do this on the channel quite a bit, is these verse modes. Which version of Beast Man do you like? Do you, I'm gonna, out of, this version of Beast Man right here, and we'll do a much deeper dive on this, all right? And then we have the Filmation version of Beast Man, all right? These are one of my top 2 favorite versions of Beast Man right here, which you're seeing right here. Oops, get the camera a little bit better. Yeah, I mean, out of these 2 right here, what version of Beast Man do you prefer? Do you prefer his New Eternia look? Or do you like his cartoon collection look? Or maybe you like the vintage look? I mean, he's got so many great iconic, looks from every branch of Master Universe. So let me know in the comments below. We might do this again, a verse mode here. But yeah, these are one of my top 2 favorite versions of Beast Man. I mean, the look of both these figures are amazing. Look at, let me get him out of the way. But look at this version of Beast Man. I mean, incredible, absolutely incredible version right here. This Beast Man means business. I love the skull right there in the front right there. Like I said, nice, soft, good, armor. Oops. Yeah, get out of the way. But spikes look amazing. Like all the detail they give him. Give his vintage whip right there. All right. And we're just about done, everybody. So the only thing we have left is, of course, is his miniature, or his different versions, or like Funko Pops we have. I'm gonna keep him on this version of Beast Man on the turntable as we look at the other rest of the Beast Man I have in the collection. Starting off, we have this little miniature version right there of the Eternia minis right here. Pretty cool version right there. We have this version, the standard version of Beast Man. This version is similar to the one we just saw yesterday in part 1. But, of course, this version is not flocked. This is the standard version of Beast Man in the Funko Pop world here. Alright. We also got this, which is very quickly. We got this little version of Beast Man from the Mega Constructs line. There he is. Alright. And finally, we have this variant of the Funko Pop vinyl. This Beast Man, which is kind of weird because it's in front of Sorceress. The names got swapped. But you have this variant of Beast Man in the Funko Pop. Came out in 2018. But there you go, everybody. There is a look at all the versions of Beast Man that I have in my collection. Like I said, an amazing figure. A top tier villain, of Skeletor's, host of bad guys. So let me know in the comments below, with all the versions we looked at Beast Man, what version of Beast Man do you prefer? Do you like the 80s line, the classics, the 2000X? You name it, I mean, like I said, he's an amazing figure, and a well-known, beloved figure for us collectors over these 40+ years of this amazing line. All right. Now, I'd like to take the time now, of course, to thank my subscribers. Thank you so much for joining me. Now, the reason why I squeezed every version of Beast Man in that, in this 2-part episode, is because thanks to a good friend of mine, Haas, he helped me find some some figures to unbox, all right, at my local Walmart, all right. And so he found my second version of Terror. So we're going to be unboxing Terror on the channel here on Saturday. Then on Sunday, we have Lord Grasp. So he finally got my second version of Lord Grasp. We'll be doing a full unboxing of him on the channel on Sunday. All right. And also, thanks to TRGtoys.com, I now have my second version of my Orko Gwildor 2-pack that we'll be unboxing. So we're going to be doing quite a few unboxings for the next couple of days on the channel. So hope you guys will hit that notification bell, all right? And I hope you guys will tune in for that. Be a lot of fun. I also got my movie version of Evil incoming very soon. You know, you name it. I mean, we're going to be doing a lot of unboxings in the next couple of days and some reviews too. All right? So please hit that notification bell when you know I upload new videos. All right? So I hope you guys, or everybody, have a great Friday. And I see you guys on Saturday. Take care. You know what? Before I end the video, I'm going to get the rest of these guys out real fast, guys. Gonna show Beast Man some love here. Because there's his cartoon collection version right here. And let's do his some figures out here as we close up the video here. Alright. I gotta show Beast Man some love here. Alright, let's do this. Let's do this. What do we got here? We got the MasterVerse right here. And we have his CGI. Right there, and boom. Alright, and let's do a Funko Pop here. Right there, there. That's better. That's better. That's how you end the video right there. So, once again, guys, thank you for joining me today. Hope everyone has a great Friday. And I'll see you guys on Saturday. Take care, and have a good one, everybody.